Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are going all in on Duskwood, and we'll probably be doing so for the next couple of episodes. We'll see how far we can get with the current state of our quest log. It's very full at the moment. Let's see if we can clear some of those out and make room for whatever the next zone is going to be. We're going to start just to the east and south of Darkshire. We've got some spiders that we can kill in the hills over here for those gooey spider legs. Got to speak with Blind Mary, and then we've got to head over to the Tranquil Gardens to take on some skeletons. Looks like the spiders in this area are yellow to us, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. But we'll see how well we'll fare in the woods here. I did check the engineering supplier in town for a bronze tube again, and unfortunately was unable to pick one up, so we're going to have to keep checking our engineering vendors wherever they may be for that bronze tube. So we've got some skeletal horrors here right outside of Blind Mary's house. We'll go inside once we take out one or two. We'll complete our first step of that quest line. Let us also not forget that we have Turn Undead, just in case we need to fear an undead enemy. Probably just to escape. I can't think of any other reason we're going to want to fear something. Hello, Blind Mary. Oh, please don't look at me. I tore out these eyes with my own hands, but I can still feel your gaze. I'm hideous. Hideous. Please look away. What is this? A comb? It's lovely, and it glides through my hair as if it weren't the stiff, stingy horror that it is. Oh, if only I had a mirror. No, take it. Take this comb away from me. I'm a monster, and no one will ever think me lovely again. Alright, so we're to return the comb and the hair, I believe, back into town. Back to Madame Ava. So there weren't as many spiders as I was hoping for. It looked like there were a couple that were dead as we were heading down through the hills. Looks like we've got another one over here along with some more skeletons, and we should be entering the Tranquil Gardens just up ahead. For that, we're looking for skeletal warriors and mages. Hopefully we'll be able to find plenty of both. I have a feeling we're going to be ripping through these bandages pretty quickly, but it does look like some of the skeletons around this level will drop wool cloth for us. So hopefully we can pick up plenty of that as well. Let's try to focus on the mages as much as we can. I think they're going to be a little bit more difficult to locate in this area. So the skeletal warriors can use hamstring against us. We'll have to make note of that. Again, something else that Hand of Freedom probably could break us out of if we had it. We unfortunately do not. Originally, I was looking at about 1 gold to spend at level 26 for new abilities, but I think I'm going to want to increase that number potentially. Because I think having Hand of Freedom is probably going to be a lot more useful than I was initially anticipating. Fortunately, we are only at about 80 silver, and while I'm pretty confident we can hit 1 gold before we hit level 26, which is less than half a level away, not too convinced we can make much more than that. Luckily, we don't have to worry about new upgrades for gear until we're around level 30 or so. So we have plenty of time to pick up the abilities we need in the meantime. Like we just need 1 more mage. We can pick one up right over there. Let's open up the quest log and see how many more warriors we need as well. Looks like 4 more. So not too bad. I guess this place can get pretty crowded sometimes, which was something that I was originally considering being an issue. But to my surprise, nobody has shown up. It's just been us here in the Tranquil Gardens. It feels really nice to not only have exorcism for that extra damage boost, but also to be able to pull from a 30-yard range is very, very nice as a paladin. All we get is our 10-yard range from judgment otherwise. And that just doesn't cut it very often. Try to avoid this patrolling insane ghoul if we can. It's level 26, which is not super ideal. We just picked up some free melon juice. We'll take any free water that we can get for sure. So we're gonna definitely have to buy some more. I think we just need one last warrior. Some wool from that as well, which is great. And I think that's going to do it for this area. So before we move on to the western side of the zone, let's head back to Darkshire. We'll turn these quests in. We'll pick up some more water because we're going to need it. I think we're going to be using up a lot of it. And we'll check the engineering supplier one more time as well for that bronze tube. These aren't the only types of spiders that we can pick up the gooey spider legs from. There's going to be plenty on the western side of the zone that are going to be a much lower level, much easier to manage and to deal with. So we'll probably just end up waiting for those in order to pick up what we need for that. We are in the clear. I've never taken the time to explore these little like farming plots right outside of the town itself. It looks like we've got some graveyards here. Nothing too interesting though. Scarecrow. We do have a lone house over here though. I don't think I have investigated before. Well, I mean, it looks like somebody's living here. It may not be home at the moment. Got a nice cozy fire. Definitely not run down or anything like that. Now we've got a big farmhouse over there in the distance as well. Check that out real quick before we head back into town. Well, lots of skeletons. I was going to say this is probably a pretty decent place to keep some supplies, but feels like the folks in town probably abandoned this spot for whatever reason. And we are back in town. Let's check that engineering supplier first.
Interesting.
Nope, nothing today. Not even a second page to flip to. So this guy has been, this guy's inventory has been cleaned out quite extensively. Let's speak with Madame Ava first.
Well met. Go with honor, friend. Farewell.
I can make a spool of ghost hair thread with this, and have a few strands to spare. Here are some coins for those extra strands.
Safe travels.
Here is your thread, Sedalian. It has 1,000 uses, from binding evil spirits to sewing life into inanimate objects. Bring the ghost hair thread back to Abercrombie.
Be careful.
We will be sure to do so.
Light bless you.
The Totem of Affliction. This would probably... We have a better shot of completing this one than the Legend of Stalvin right now.
Farewell.
I'm hesitant to pick it up. Maybe we should just pick it up anyway. We'll give it a shot. Okay, of course we have a full quest log. We'll just leave it alone for now, I think. Let's turn in the Night Watch next.
Hey there.
Splendid, Sedalian. For your service to the people of Darkshire, you shall be rewarded. 17 silver is not bad. We have really needed that.
Farewell.
Sedalian, I'm getting reports of an undead infestation in the forest. If you're up to the job, journey to the Ravenhill graveyard and slay 15 of those vile skeletal fiends, and 15 skeletal horrors. There are also reports of skeletons just south of Darkshire, in and around Tranquil Gardens Cemetery. The undead must be driven from Duskwood.
Safe travels.
Yeah, we have a better shot at completing that one, I think, than Totem of Affliction. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got to go back to Sven's camp to turn this one in, and then this one goes back to Abercrombie. We need some gooey spider legs. That can also be done on the western side of the zone. Bronze tube will come with time. And Sven's revenge is pretty risky, I would say. Oh, before we leave, let's make sure we pick up some more milk, since it's a little bit cheaper. Yeah, Sven's revenge is a little bit risky. I think we'll scout out the area at the very least, because I would...
You need something?
I would like to complete it along the way. It would just be very convenient for us to get that sorted out now rather than later.
Be careful.
But it's going to be tough. So what we're going to do is take a nice relaxing walk down the main road. We'll keep our eyes peeled for stitches, of course. But we should hit another camp in the middle of the zone with some other members of the Night Watch inhabiting the area. And I believe we can pick up another quest there. Let's be sure to take that quick pit stop before we head back to the west coast. And there is the big boy. We should be running into those Night Watch people. I wonder... Oh my god, they're getting absolutely destroyed. I wonder if there's a way around him. Oh my god, yeah, he took out all 4 of those Night Watch people in just like a matter of seconds. This is a rough place for us to be in. I think we might just have to stay put for a little bit. Alright, he should be far enough away now. What level is Stitches at? I mean, he's a boss to us. He's a skull, so which means he must be like in the 30s or even like level 40 or something. All right, in any case, I think we should be all set. It's good to know we won't have to worry about him any longer, at least for today. We have arrived at the crossroads. Got a quest here from Watcher Dodds.
King's honor, friend.
8-legged menaces. Hail, Paladin. Perhaps you've seen those spiders that have taken over the western border. The 8-legged menaces are too much for us to handle, and the commander hasn't enough manpower to spare so far from Darkshire. I hate to ask this of you, but you seem like you might be able to handle them. I can't promise you anything of great value, but I can reward you if you can help root out the filthy bugs. Oh, and a word of advice. You'll want to avoid their venom, if you can. Yes, we'll get the Night Watch gauntlets, which is worth something, I guess. And we're going to kill 15 pygmy venom web spiders.
Light bless you.
Of course, we're going to have to drop something now. What can we drop that is easily picked back up again? I suppose the Bronze Tube quest. Not going to be needing that out in the open world.
Be careful.
So we'll take this one instead. This quest should be green to us, and it should be a fairly simple one to complete. Now we do have a path leading down to where Sven's revenge takes place. I believe this is the spot. Normally I come in from the woods, but there's a lot of wolves along the way. Oh no, this is the ogre compound. Yeah, we don't want to be here yet. So it must be a little bit further down the road. So let's keep going for the time being. Yeah, we're heading over to Sven's farm. And we're trying to figure out what was buried beneath the old stump. Now, you know what? It was probably on the other side of the camp here. So I believe we passed it, unfortunately. So I think we're going to have to wait on it. Unless it is in fact down here, but maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly. I guess I'll take a quick run through the woods and see what is located just to the south of Ravenhill, Addles Stead. Yeah, I don't think this is where we need to be. No, you know what? It might be. Maybe this is the place. I mean, these Defias here are definitely located for this quest. I know that, we're supposed to be running into these guys, but I don't feel like this is the right place. I could just heard another one. Yeah, there's a light runner down there. It's part of what makes that quest very dangerous, though. But I don't think this is the right place. We can take a quick look. It is very risky, but I am very curious to see what are around these buildings here. Oh, we just picked up the second one. That's going to be too much. Oh my god, they're so fast. Okay, they left. Yep. Okay, so we are not going to be checking that out. Let's heal up a little bit. Let's take on something easy for once, or at least easier. So we're going to be riding along this whole western edge here, looking for those pygmy spiders. They should not be too bad. Let's make these wool bandages real quick so we can restock. Of course, we'll be looking for those gooey spider legs while we're over here. It's actually pretty crazy that you can actually see Moonbrook from here in the distance. I didn't realize you could see it from that far away. All right, let's head south a little bit first. See if we can find a couple down here. I don't mind killing some more of these dire wolves either, because they're going to drop those flanks that we're going to need for a quest. And that's going to follow probably these gooey spider legs, honestly. And I believe we'll get the quest from Chef Grawl right after we turn it in. go. I see one over here. As well as some ruins over here that I don't think I've checked out before. I'm sure there's not going to be too much to see. Oh, some of these pygmies are actually gray to us. Interesting to see like a bridge slash dock over here. Oh, okay, we pulled another one. It's a little bit too much. Don't know much about this tower. I know that there's, I guess, like some sort of class quest that can be done over there. But I think that's like my extent of knowledge of that place. Seeing the spider silk. I think that's worth a decent vendor price. We've actually done pretty good today on the vendoring stuff. We've got gold, 22 silver. After completing a few more quests, I think we'll be just fine for level 26, which I think we should reach today. If we include the quest turn-ins. We're right outside Addlestead again, so we're going to head up north now and ride along the hushed bank back towards Sven's camp. Can't forget that we have a quest to turn in with Abercrombie as well, which is a little bit more inland at the top of the Ravenhill Cemetery. I see some dead spiders here, so unfortunately we may have some competition on this side of the road. Let's see. There are some pygmy spiders along the top here, along the darkened bank, but they're much more rare. gooey spider legs are pretty rare. I've only picked up about 2 of them so far. And yeah, it looks like we still have that competition here, unfortunately. Alright, so we're gonna have to fight over some of these spiders here and there. Oh, looks like we've got more than one, too. More than one player, that is. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to find these pygmies. We'll just keep running up until we reach Sven's camp. Won't kill anything along the way, and then we'll head over to Abercrombie next while we wait for some of these spiders to respawn. It is possible to find some pygmies up along the darkened bank, like I mentioned before, but I'm not going to get our hopes up. Now let's speak with Lars and turn in our quest with him.
Hello.
Oh good, you thinned out that pack quite a bit. And without those wolves nipping at our heels, we can bind our minds to dealing with with Morbid Fell. Here, take some of these flash bundles. They make them in town, and a lot have been donated to Sven to help with his cause. This pillar of flame burning all enemies within. We're okay to use this, I think.
See you later.
Yeah, because this isn't a buff. I'm okay with using the flash bundle. This isn't really like... And honestly, we're going to go through this very quickly. Like, I'm just going to use them on random stuff. Just to kill them faster. But it feels good to turn that one in. It is the last one, or the only quest, I should say. There's no chain. So we can free up a space in our quest log. Looks like we've got a ton of players here in the darkened bank. Let's get over to Abercrombie next. Looks like we're only at 5 lean wolf flanks as well, so might be in our best interest to start farming on these wolves while we're in the area. Just to take care of them now. Yeah, and you know what? We're definitely going to want to collect those flanks now because I believe the other reagent that we need to complete that quest are going to be spices that we can only find in Stormwind. And we're going to be heading back to Stormwind as soon, pretty much soon after we hit level 26, so we can pick up those new abilities. Well, since we're over here, let's go speak with Abercrombie. Keep our eye out for some more of those pygmies, and we'll keep killing any wolves that might be left over by the players that are passing by. Oh boy, Eliza's here. That's not ideal. Eliza and her, or at least Eliza's guard, whatever remains of them. Somebody must have leashed Eliza herself away from this area. Left the guards behind.
Good day to you.
Right, Abercrombie?
Have a good one.
Delightful. This will do splendidly. Here, good Sedelian, take this as payment for your honorable deed.
Safe travels.
I need a bottle of a certain liquor, zombie juice. Tavern Keepsmiths at Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire should have some. And please hurry, Sedelian. These nights get cold, and I need that drink to put fire in my veins again.
See you around.
Very well, back to Darkshire we will go at some point. We're going to start heading back west now. We're pretty much running out of space at the moment. As far as killing more wolves and whatnot. Looks like we've got another pygmy down here, though, we can hopefully grab. But we'll head south again. We're still missing 3 wolf flanks. But it's not going to take us too long to get those, hopefully. And if we must, ride the darkened bank again just to pick those up, that should be just fine. I'm alright sticking with grinding on the lower level stuff. But hitting level 26 is a pretty big deal. Means that level 23s will now be green to us, and we should be running into plenty of those, at least within the first level of the Ravenhill Cemetery. Just need one more flank. And since we only need one more flank, maybe I should stay around this area a little bit. We kind of just cleared all of it out though, so I suppose we'll just take a break from it for now. Let's head back south and let's see. Let's try our luck again. I mean, there's wolves down south too, I think. There just aren't as many. There's a dead one right there. I feel like most players are probably going to want to ignore them anyway, just because. Oh, it looks like I'm being it looks like I stand corrected. You would think players wouldn't care as much about wolves down on the hushed bank. They just want the pygmy spiders. Yeah, we've seen this warrior before. Let him do his thing. We'll try to get ahead of him a little bit. Try to get our fair share. Back on the south side of the main road again. We need 5 more pygmies, and we'll be done with that quest. Looks like we still need a couple of spider legs as well, so hopefully we can pick those up too as we wrap this one up. There's still plenty of stuff on this side of the road too, so hopefully we can still stay ahead of that warrior. Picked up a decent amount of greens today too, but they're all pretty low cost, I would say. Stuff like bracers, and we got a wand at some point. You'd think wands would be worth as much as weapons are, but it's not really the case. Alright, I think we've cleared out pretty much everything that we can here south of the road. We've got another rabid direwolf here, but other than that, I think we're going to have to head back north. Yeah, about a bar away from 26, so yeah, probably the beginning of the next episode we'll make our trip to Stormwind. Maybe I'll set my Hearthstone here in Darkshire too, just to make it a little bit easier to get back. And get back into the action. There's no reason to return to Sven's camp until we complete Sven's Revenge, which we're not going to be doing, I don't think, until we're closer to level 30. I think that quest, based on what we saw with the Defias in the area, is going to be a little bit too dangerous for my liking. So I don't think there's going to be a reason to fly back to Sentinel Hill. It might be faster to get to Ravenhill Cemetery if that is what we plan on doing. Which it might be. I'll have to think about it. I will have to think about it a little bit. But I'll make sure that we're all sorted out. And there's still plenty of stuff to do here in Undead Lands. I really want to do a good job of trying to clear out some more of these, get some of these chains completed and done with. Clear out some more space. Alright, that was our last gooey spider leg, which is great, and we only need one more pygmy. We've got one right here. Let's grab this. We still need one more flank, so I am going to continue to head north and take on any wolves that we can find. And there it is. That should be the last lean wolf flank that we'll need for that quest that we have yet to pick up. And it's actually not too bad As far as convenience sake, we can just head right across the hushed bank here back into Westfall. And we'll head back to Sentinel Hill, where we can then take that flight path to Stormwind. Or actually, we need to go back to Darkshire first, because we don't want to go to Stormwind before we hit 26, so let's do that. We'll head back to Sentinel Hill. We'll fly back to Darkshire. We'll turn in all of our quests at the beginning of the next episode. We'll try to find another bronze tube, if we can. And that will be that. I can see Sentinel Hill in the distance. And guys, I think that's going to do it for me for today. As always, I thank all of you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.